Good evening, friends. Susan Campfield here with SueStampfield.com. How are you? Happy Thursday. Come on into my craft room. It's messy. It's always messy. We're going to make it messier. So today we're going to just stamp and create, and I'm hoping that you'll help me decide how this card is going to come out. So welcome, Jeannie. Karen's here. Merle's here. Jean's here. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. And couple announcements that I wanted to make. I'm just making sure I've got everything here. Super casual here. Grab a beverage. We're going to just do some creating, relax, and de-stress a little bit. So how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. My name is Susan Campfield. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you might be joining me on my Sue Stampfield YouTube channel. If you are, hey, welcome. So glad you're here. You might be over on Facebook on my Susan Campfield Independent Demonstrator Facebook page, or perhaps you're in my Sue Stampfield Facebook group. Anyone is welcome to join and hang out with us there. We talk paper crafting and food and national days and everything else. So wish they could be closed captioning as hearing is an issue. I will try and turn that on. I can't do it from in here, so I will, but I can do it afterwards, and then it will have the captions. So sorry about that. I'm using a streaming system so that I can go in all three places, go live in all three places at once, but I can add that after the fact. So welcome everyone. Exciting news. Stampin' Up! Announced today that they are having a sale, a one-day sale on Thursday. Every stamp set in the annual catalog, with the exception of the host stamp sets, is going to be on sale for one day only on Thursday. So mark that day on your calendar, red letter day, to check out the deals on Thursday. So I'm going to just pop over to the flyer here really quickly. It just tells me that I know it's a percentage, but it's the flyer has all of the markdown prices. And so I'll put the flyer on our you can help me a little bit in the chat if you ask questions. That's a good point. Thanks, Janine. Closed captioning does an okay job. It also puts in all my ums and ohs. So, but any rate, so big sale coming on Thursday. And in light of that, we're going to use a stamp set that is going to be part of that sale. So I'm hoping that you'll all help me create today. It is 15% off. Thank you, Jean. That's what I was thinking. And I'm like, do I want to say that or not? Thank you, Susan. You guys are awesome. So I want to, that's where your health insurance rebate is going. Yeah, well, we got a few stamp sets on our wish list. Again, this is not the mini catalog. This is the annual catalog. And there are a lot of awesome stamp sets in there. Sometimes when a new catalog comes out, I tend to focus on the bundles and I forget about the standalone sets. So the one we're going to play with tonight is actually a standalone stamp set. I did want to remind you, hopefully you got your project sheets that I sent out on Saturday. There's more coming soon. So if you're not currently subscribed, go ahead and click on SueStampfield.com, click on subscribe, and then you'll get those, you get some inspiration in your email box. One thing I love to do for you is to hopefully inspire you creatively. That's the word. Oh, I can't talk tonight, you guys. It's going to be a bumpy night. Oh, what happened? Okay, let's make that go away. There we go. So let's go ahead and get back to comments so I don't miss anything. All right, very good. I'm going to go ahead and flip to the desktop camera. So let's go take a look at things here. Let's go here. No, I don't want that one. Oh boy, you guys, a little rusty. Oh, and my camera's sideways. All right, okay. Would you like to see how many, can you guess how many dirty stamps are laying on Susan's desk? Because if you look quickly, you're about to find out. Wow, look at that big pile of stamps over there. I just shoved them out of the way so we can make more of a mess. How about that? So the stamp set we're going to play with tonight is called Amazing Year. Let me raise my camera up a little bit. So I use a ring light, so it kind of reflects a little bit there. If I tilt it, I think you can see it better. So this is the Amazing Year stamp set. There's no dies that go with it. It's just a really nice birthday set. And my friends over in my Sue Stampfield Facebook group tell me that birthday cards are the #1 card that they do. Oh, my neighbors are having a party. I think I'm gonna close the blind because I'm lit up like a Christmas tree in here. There we go. So just a beautiful stamp set, perfect for those birthday carding. Some birthday cards, some really nice greetings. You know, the birthday wishes, your basic happy birthday, and then you're an entire year more amazing and lovely as ever. So really, really nice. I missed something, Janine. What's 10 a dozen? Oh, how many stamp sets? It was less than you thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then there are 2 that are floating around without blocks. So 15. Yeah, maybe it didn't look like that many, but there is. So yeah, we're going to play with the Amazing Year stamp set tonight. And in the video before last, we did this card. And after that video, you helped me decide, I think, what we were going to use on this one. One of the other options was Cajun Craze. So after the video, I did put the Cajun Craze version together. This one I don't have a greeting on as of yet, but this is that fun fold style. So, and I don't have the inside on this one yet either. So one thing that I like to do to be creatively inspired is to take a fun fold like this and adapt it to different products. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to take this fun fold. This was inspired by demonstrator team member Kathy String, and she learned it from another team member, Sandy Stellenberg. So we're going to take this fold and we're going to adapt it to this set. And so hopefully that creative process will help you think of different stamp sets and things that you have that will create the same, you know, that you can reuse on this fold. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the comments. So you do a ton of anniversary cards. Yep, anniversary cards are perfect, as you can see. And almost anything can be turned into an anniversary card, right? So this one was Cajun Craze. Copper is the wreath, and then this paper back here is the He's the Man Designer Series paper. So we're gonna use this stamp set, the Amazing Year, and we're gonna turn this into a card. So let's get started. I have a piece of basic white cardstock here. It's 5.5 by 7. Now I am using one of the free tutorial sheets that I sent out this last weekend on Saturday. And so once again, if you're not getting the project sheets, you can subscribe right there at SueStampfield.com. Click on subscribe, and you're going to get project sheets like these. I probably do 3 times a month, I'm guessing. It used to be weekly, and now it's more like 3 times a month. So I'm using the measurements on here. So 5.5 by 7 is what my white piece is here. And then we're going to do some embossing. And so keep in mind, we're going to use this image here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and stamp that image first. And we'll keep that in mind while you're helping me decide which embossing folder we're going to use. So I have and I'm going to just write the measurements down here for those people who are watching who cannot hear the sound until I get the closed caption thing turned on. This will be a workaround. So this piece is 4 by 4. 4 inches by 4 inches, and I'm going to stamp my image in the Memento Tuxedo Black. I'm going to flip this around here, and And if somebody could just if somebody could type in the comments and let the viewers know that the closed caption will be turned on after the live is over so they can catch the replay. I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is actually the thick basic white right here. And I'm going to stamp the image here. This big floral bouquet happens to be the only one I put the label on yet. Which I did right before I went live. So we are creating this one together. So I've got my image stamped there, and I did that again in the Memento Tuxedo Black. And we're going to go ahead. There's quite a party going on next door. So we're going to be die cutting this out. I'm going to set it aside for now, let it dry. And then we have this piece of basic white, and we want to emboss it. So I've got 3 folders to choose from. Remember, this is going to be on our card. Our card colors are going to be Poppy Parade and black. So we're kind of going with red and black. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thanks for stating that there too. So we have this folder. Quatrefoil Tile is the name of this embossing folder. It's one of my favorites. We have the Brick and Mortar 3D embossing folder, and we have the gingham embossing folder. So I need you to tell me number 1, number 2, or number 3. Which folder would you like to see us do as the base for this card? So we're going to be embossing the background, the base of the card. So 1 is Quatrefoil Tile, 2 is Brick and Mortar, and 3 is the gingham folder. So let me know in the comments. I have to keep them in order. I'll like totally forget which ones I was one. 101. Oh, you guys are awesome for closed captioning for me. Oh my gosh, I appreciate you so much. Fabulous. I think I'm seeing the most ones so far. Oh, I don't know. Gingham is catching up. Some of you, if you're on YouTube, I think you only see the YouTube comments. If you're over on Facebook, you only see the Facebook comments. I'm able to see all of them. So if you're wondering like, well, what is she seeing? I'm seeing different votes. That is why. So, oh boy, it's a tight one, you guys. A couple people picked the brick, but most people are split between these two. So let's remove the brick. And you know what? Let's try the gingham. I think it was pretty 50-50 on the gingham and the Quatrefoil Tile. And I use the Quatrefoil Tile a ton, and I haven't used the gingham as much. The only thing I'm a little bit nervous about is trying to match up, but it doesn't matter because that part will be on the back. So I don't know. Let's see how we go. If it doesn't work, we can switch it, right? All right, I'm going to grab the die cutting machine here. Plopping it right on top of everything. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. All right, so we got our machine here, and then this is, I want to make sure this is going to fit. Yeah, it is. We're good. All right, we need some additions to our machine though. So we're going to go with the number 1 platform. This is a standard embossing folder. So we need, oh boy, I grabbed a really ugly plate. Hang on. Oh gosh, are they all that bad? They're all kind of that bad, but okay. So then we need number 3, and then we need another number 3. Okay, so that's going to be our setup here. And let's go ahead, and you're seeing a light halo. Oh, in the thing. Yeah. All right. That ring light will do that. So I'm going to just go ahead and emboss this in two goes, right? Because the paper is bigger than the folder, and I want the whole card base embossed. So we're going to go ahead and pop this in here and send this through. My goodness, I was not even close to straight. Sorry, I bet I jiggled the camera on that one. I had my plates, everything was wonky when I sent that through. So it's a little bit of a rough go, but we got there in the end. All right, so we've got part of it embossed. Now we're going to get the other part of it embossed. So I'm going to pop this in here and somewhat line up. You can also overlap. All sorts of options. This will probably leave a line, but that's okay because that's going to be on the back side of the card. I don't know. I don't know if it will or not. We'll find out, right? I would assume it would. Okay, big clunk. Plug your ears. Yeah, it wasn't so bad, right? All right. So let's pull it out. Got our piece, so it did leave a little bit of a line there. That's going to be on the back of the card. So there's our card base. Put that aside. And while we have this out, let's do some die cutting. I'm not committing that we're not going to do more die cutting later, but so we're going to switch over to the die cutting setup. So we're going to go with number 1 and number 2, and then back to the number 3. And we're going to grab, oh, you won't believe which dies we're using. Oh, hey, look, it's these dies we use on almost every card. So these are the stylish shape dies. Last time I looked, they were back in stock, but that doesn't always have last for long because they are extremely popular. So we're going to take the largest square. That's the one that we're using for this card, the largest square, which is right here. And the reason I'm using the largest one is this is quite a large image, okay? So if I went this way, I would lose part of my tag, which you could actually do. You could stamp the tag secondary on another piece of paper, cut it out, it's just straight lines, and actually then pop it up and put it over, which would be actually really cute. We're going to go straight though. We're going to go this way. We're going to cut off the stems at the bottom. I don't care about those. Those can go. What's the name of the dies? Stylish Shapes dies. Can somebody type that in the comments, please? I would appreciate it very much, as would Joan, I think. So we're going to put this right here, and we'll go ahead and pop this on right here. Oh, did I move it? Did I move it? I think we're okay. Does it look straight to you guys? I think so. All right, we're going to send that through. Clunk. All right. So because I chose to do the flowers straight on, thank you for listing the name of the dies, appreciate it. Because I chose to do the flowers straight on, and what I really like about this card is doing the square as a diamond shape, we're going to cut a second square and we're going to have it be a diamond shape. But I don't know which color to cut the square in. Should we do the square in black? Or should we do the square in Poppy Parade? Okay, so let me know which one. This is number 1. This is number 2. Which one should we use behind our stamped image? The Poppy Parade or the black? 1 or 2? Got one and one so far. 1 for red, 2 for black. Okay. Looks like Poppy is the top choice. All right, we're going to go Poppy. Excellent choice, everybody. All right, so we're going to go Poppy, and we're going to cut another square, same one. I am using exactly the same die to cut the Poppy that I did for the flowers, because we're going to turn it and have it be a diamond shape, so it will still show. Clunk. So we've got our square here. This is leftover bit. This is a leftover bit. All right, cleaning house a little bit here. Put this back on here. Okay. So pop that there. All right. So I enjoy helping when you help me choose too, Joanne. That looks really nice. Hey, guess what color we're going to color the flowers? So I should probably tell you, I'm being inspired for this card by a swap card I got from demonstrator Terri Gaines. So let's see, does she have her? No, I don't. I'm pretty sure this is from Terri. I don't see her name on it right now, but I'm almost positive this was from Terri. And she used Poppy Parade in black. She used the decal cut, decal edge dies, and she used the, I can't think of the name of that, Painted Textures, I believe it's called, folder. And so we're going to use the gingham instead, but we're going to grab our directions here. And we're going to go ahead and I'm just using this project sheet. And oh, yep, there's Terri's sticker. That card is by Terri Gaines. And so we're kind of going to copy Terri's inspiration. Thank you, Terri. I have to look and see. Maybe scoring after it's embossed. Yeah. I didn't print all of this out. Oopsie. Hang on. Bear with me. Okay, I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to use this to figure out what I score at, because I only printed out the top sheet of the, actually, I think it's over in my printer. I didn't grab it. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. My bad. 1 3/8. Okay, that's what I remembered, but I didn't trust my memory. So we're going to grab this, flip this around, and we're going to emboss this at 1 3/8 inches. Don't want to cut it. With the paper trimmer, I do like to really rub that back and forth to get a good impression. My paper trimmer is not very clean, apparently. And then 1 3/8 again on this end. All right, so we've got that scored. I can set this aside. So again, this is that little bit of line we got from matching up the folders. That's going to be on the back of the card. That's really not going to show, and it's pretty subtle anyway. So don't get too hung up on that. Now with the gingham, you know, you can go either way up. Does that make sense? Either one works. But what I like about this one, and I didn't even think about it, you guys. What I like about this one, oh, poppies are good for Armistice Day. Good point. This pattern kind of matches our pattern, right? With the square as a diamond. How fun is that? You guys are so clever. You probably cottoned on to that when you picked the gingham folder, didn't you? I did not even think of that. All right, so we're going to give that a crease. And here we go. All right, so this is going to go right here. And because we chose poppy for this, I'm thinking we will go with black for here. Let's see how that looks. That looks quite nice. So we're going to go with that. So we're going to put some adhesive right here. Sure we are, Sue. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to put some adhesive just on that one side to do this insert panel. And then I'm going to lay it in here, and I'm going to center it so that I have about the same amount of space on each side. And close that up and rub. All right, and then we have the card. Now you could totally do it so that it opens up on this side. One of my team members, Joanne Pollock, posted a card in our team group today that she did on her blog where she just did it the opposite way. So if you'd prefer it open on the other side, you can totally do that. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my card here. I know myself what I'm doing. And you absolutely could emboss this black piece as well. That would be really cute, actually. But let's color our flowers. We're going to use Poppy Parade. We're kind of copying Terri again. We're going to use Granny Apple Green. And then for the tag, I think she used that one. I'm actually going to use a pale yellow for the tag for this Enjoy Your Day tag here. So I'm going to use the light So Saffron for that. I'm going to grab a scrap paper first. And go ahead and I'm just going to quickly color this little tag. It's almost like a vanilla color, just a pale yellow. And I'm using the Stampin' Blends to color. You could also use the watercolor pencils. You could use a blender pen and ink refills, water painter, all sorts of options. So I've got the tag colored there, and I'm going to go with the Poppy Parade. Decisions. I'm going to start with the light. So somebody had said in the comments that they look like poppies, so we're going to make them poppies, right? Poppy Parade here. I'm just trying to decide what is leaves and what is petals. So while we're coloring this, we can discuss things. What should we discuss? If you have a question you want to ask me, drop it in the comments. What is your favorite way to color? I'll ask a question of you in case you don't have a question of me. What's your favorite coloring method? This is we've had this poll before in the Sue Stampfield Facebook group. Most people typically actually pick the blends, but I know others who like the watercolor. You can emboss the black piece too. Yep. Oh, you're reading what I said. Okay. What size is the black insert? Oh, good question, Patricia. Hang on. It is 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. Where's my little cheat sheet? So this piece is 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. All right. So let's go back to coloring. You like to start with the dark and then go with the light, Kathy? Good point. That's definitely a way to do it. Maybe I do it too much because I start with the light, I use the dark, and then I go back to the light. So it's maybe a little faster to do it your way, where you start with the dark and then just do the light over them. And then you could always go back and add more dark if you want a more contrast, right? All right, I think I got all of the flower bits. If I missed anything, I'll be able to go back and fix that. So now I'm going to go to the dark one. Where's the name on this? The dark Poppy Parade, and I'm going to use the fine tip. And I'm going to just go around the middle there and a little bit of extra shading. Bring that out a little bit. Just adding a little extra color in the center. Would you see that little petal there? We'll make that tip dark because I missed it. Back here, I'm going to make this darker altogether because hopefully it'll make that flower and the flowers in front of it stand out a little bit more. I find coloring so relaxing, you guys. Like, this is just relaxing me so much as I do this. I wish you were all coloring along with me. Maybe I should have had you stamp an image and we could be coloring together because it's just so relaxing to me. So you could color just the petals and not the whole flower. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. What size is the large white cardstock? Alice, this one that we embossed was 5 by 7. And then we scored it at 1 3/8 on this end and 1 3/8 on this end. All right. So I'm going to go back and do you see how I've got some harsh lines there. It's not a big deal, but if you want to blend it more, you can go back in with the light one and just color right over that with the light. I usually use the fine tip for this, but I'm being lazy and I opened up the other end by accident. So we'll just use the big tip. And do you see how now it's less, I don't know the right term for that, it's less blobby, but you know, sometimes the blobbiness makes it pop more. So it's totally personal preference, right? Up to you on how and what you prefer. Because it's your creation, it's your piece of artwork. All right, so we've got the light and the dark on the leaves here. And we have, I'm just going and color these leaves. I'm going to color them all light, and then I'm going to go in and again add some accents in the dark. This might be another good one where you'd want to do the dark first. This will probably require less blending. Because in the green, the dark and the light are not as stark of a difference as they are with the others. So, just checking to make sure I didn't leave anything out. Blends are expensive. That is a good point, Bev. And so another option that is maybe more affordable for people is to actually use the ink pads to color it by using a water painter or a blender pen and just picking up some of the ink and watercoloring with the ink, because most people need the ink pads for stamping anyway, right? And so then you can be doing double duty, but you're not going to get as vibrant of color, and some people are nervous about watercoloring. So it's a personal choice thing, but it can be very attractive, especially if you're on watercolor paper or the shimmer white. All right, so we've got our leaves added there. Okay, vote in the comments. Should I color the stems or should I leave the stems black? Because I could just add some color on there. I am not sure if I should color them or not. So let me know in the comments if you think I should color the stems. And I'm just going to go in and add a little bit of the darker green here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be blending this. This is a little darker than I thought it was. So just adding a little contrast to those leaves. So let me know if you think I should add some green on the stems or leave them black, because I think you could do it either way. Leave them black. Okay, the majority are saying, there's several that said color them, but the majority said leave them. So we'll make this the quick and easy version. I'll show you Terri's card one more time if you want to see what they look like colored. In case when you make this card, if you want to, you can make an informed decision because you can see it both ways, okay? But I agree it's not necessary. So it's, again, personal choice. I'm just going back over some of my blending there with the lighter color to just blend it in. All right, so that is colored. That's done. And we're going to put our card together. So look how pretty, you guys. When you add that red behind, doesn't that just pop out? Like if you just did this on white, it would be nice. But when you add that red behind, wow. It really pops. All right, let's go ahead and what am I doing here? I don't want sticky to stick out. So I'm just going to add some adhesive in the middle. Okay. And stick it on. Again, we're doing it diagonally. So there we have our little diagonal piece. And then here's how this fold works. This flap is going to sandwich between this, the black piece, and this piece. And that's going to hold the card closed, okay? So I'm going to add adhesive on the back of this all the way over and a little bit farther. But I want to leave just this edge open so that the card can open. I hope that makes sense. It's probably better spelled out in the project sheet, but I don't know, I'm kind of a visual learner, so some of you might be too. All right, hopefully I didn't get too much adhesive. I went over halfway and a little bit more. And I'm going to go to my card and pop this on in place. All right, so now this is going to sandwich in between there, and that's going to hold the card closed. And I think I could have done even a little bit, gone a little bit farther with the adhesive. Oh, it's actually there. It's just not sticking. Sit down a little bit more. There we go. Now it's holding a little flatter. All right, now the fun part. Oh, the fun part. We have some embellishments. So, yeah, the stems are really, really skinny. You would color the string tying the label on. That's a good point, but we're actually going to, again, use Terri as an inspiration here, and we're going to use some twine to decorate that. Let's talk about the inside of our card though first. Okay, so this is all bumpy, and I want to stamp an inside sentiment. So I'm actually going to put a piece in here that is 4 by 5 1/4. And before I put it in there, I'm going to stamp a message on it. Which message should we put? This is the front of our card. Enjoy your day. Inside, should we put birthday wishes? Or you're an entire year more amazing and lovely as ever? Which one? Birthday or your? Well, we'll just cut it down to so it's easier for you to type birthday, or the one that starts with your and then goes on to say you're an entire year more amazing and lovely as ever. Got one vote for birthday. Birthday wishes. It's a really nice font. Linda votes. Hi, Linda. Your like colored pencils. Okay. I think so far the more votes are coming in for this one, so we're going to go with that. Oh, look, Susan didn't put any labels on. Lazy stamper. I'm a lazy stamper. That's right. I just really haven't gotten to play with this set yet. So thank you all for being here and letting me create with this one because it's gorgeous. All right, we're going to grab our block. Oh, let's grab this block. Here is our little label trick. I know a lot of you have seen me do this before, but I put the label on the block, peel off the backing. Sure, I peel off the backing. My nails won't do it right now, so I need a tool for that. Yeah, there we go. And then I peel the backing off of this. And I hover this right over the top. I'm going to pull it towards me. Hopefully you can still see so that I can see. And I line it right up and press down. And that's the best way to get it in the right spot. When it's a word like this, I do like to check that I've got it straight. I lost my ink pad. There it is. Hard to believe I'd lose anything on this table, on this stamping desk. All right, so I'm just going to stamp here and see if I've got it straight on the block. Yeah, it's straight enough. I can live with that. All right, so we're going to add that right here. And just say you're an entire year more amazing and lovely as ever. And you know what? If I'm not going to, but if you wanted to, you could even put the present down here, just kind of peeking in from the side. You could stamp happy birthday above or below that. I'm going to keep it kind of simple here. And let's go ahead and put some adhesive on here. And stick this on the inside. All right, so there we have our inside message there. And I'm going to close that up, and we're going to just add a little bit of embellishments on the front because we must. Okay, we don't have to, but why the heck wouldn't we, you guys? All right, so I'm going to grab the Baker's Twine Essential Pack, and I'm going to grab the basic black out of that. This comes with gray granite, white vanilla, crumb cake, and the black. And we are casing Terri Gaines. We're using her as an inspiration here, and she used the black twine on here, and I love how she used the black. They're not really gems; they're dots for the inside of the flower. So we're going to do that as well. So let's go ahead and take our twine here. Thank you, Terri, for the inspiration. Terri did the first stamp party I ever went to, and over 25 years ago. So how fun is that? She's not the person I signed up under. She was, but she was a sideline and still is. So that's pretty cool. Go ahead and tie this. We both signed up under the same person, if that makes sense. And now I have over 300 fabulous people under me. Which is just pretty cool. And they're really lovely, lovely people. So I'm very, very fortunate. And we would love to have you join us and become part of our team family. I'm going to make this bow really small, you guys. Really, really, really small. Because this is the small tag, and I don't want it to overwhelm the card. Does that make sense? If you struggle with bow tying, actually a twine like this is a lot easier for most people to tie than a flat ribbon. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's more like a shoelace that we're all used to tying. But in my experience, people have less struggles doing this. So here's my issue. It's covering up my Enjoy. So I'm going to have to futz with it a little bit to make sure it doesn't cover up my words, right? You hear a squeaky door? Yeah, that's my son. He has a very squeaky door. I don't know why we don't just put something on that to make it less squeaky. Oh, there we go, guys. So I had to make it even tinier, didn't I? And then now you can see the word enjoy. All right, I'm happy with that. I can live with that. I'm going to attach this with just a little tiny dot of multi-purpose liquid glue. I'm going to let that set up for a minute so it doesn't ooze on me. So I'm going to let that dry. While that's kind of setting up, we're going to add our classic matte dots to the centers of the flowers here. It's going to be loud and crinkly. My apologies. There we go. All right, so we are going to grab the dots here. We're going to do a big one in the center of this flower, and I think smaller ones in the center of the other two. You know, I might do a bigger one in this one. No, I think that's okay. All right, I just needed to move it a little bit, I guess. All right, so there we've got our dots, decorating that. And we're going to add our bow here. This is not totally set. I'm being impatient, which hopefully I won't regret that. I'm going to hold this down for a minute. Not a minute, but let it dry. Okay, so there we have our card. That's not quite dry yet, so I'm going to just leave it. So cute, right? So exactly the same fold, but what a completely different look, right? Same layout, same fold, but totally different. And this is what the Crafternoon event is all about, taking a fold and showing you different ways to use that fold. So for instance, our last one was the pop-out bendy card, which opens up and pops out like that. And I do these in a variety of ways. So I bring up Crafternoon because the Crafternoon packets just went out today. So people who placed a $50 order with me last month before tax and shipping have a packet winging its way to them through the mail. And we'll be doing a different fun fold this month. a new featured fun fold. And so if you placed a qualifying order last month, keep an eye out on your mailbox, and you'll also be getting an email from me. So Crafternoon is a public video. You're all welcome to tune in, and I hope you do join us. Even if you didn't get a packet, you can always buy the tutorial bundle with the written tutorials on all of the projects after the event. And so that takes place. I'm going to flip the camera here. Flip the camera. What do you guys think of our card? I absolutely love it. And one more time, this stamp set is called Amazing Year, and it's right now it's $22. If you wait until Thursday, if you're in the US here right now, it's US $22. Thursday, it's going to be $18 and something. So wait, don't buy it now. Wait till Thursday. All right, I'm going to flip around here. There we go. Hey, that worked. So Crafternoon will be on the 20th. That's next Tuesday. 1 week from today, we will be doing our Sue Stampfield Crafternoon Creative Escape. And so you're all welcome to tune in to that public video. It will take place at 3 p.m. Central Time on the 20th, so next Tuesday. And I think we're going to wrap it up for today. One quick reminder, if you're not currently getting the project sheets, there is a very good chance that this card will be coming out as a project sheet because I really like it. So if you want to subscribe, you can do that right there, and you'll get creative inspiration in your inbox. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. That was really fun. Thank you for making great choices for our cards. You guys did good. You always do good. So I appreciate it very much. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.